Hey guys, this is Mr. H. I am going to do question number 21 from the review packet of kind of Algebra 1 random questions. This one is basically a linear inequality word problem. Now, normally when you see a word problem on the Regents exam, it's usually a system of linear equations, but this is going to be a system of linear inequalities. And once we come up with the inequalities, they want us to graph it and then find a point in this Superman or solution set area. All right, so let's go. We're going to jump in and go here. So very first thing you see is it says that Sarah is earning $6 per hour for babysitting, okay? And then we are we're earning $12 per hour for tutoring. So and then her goal is to earn at least 120. Now, those words are the reason this is an inequality. It says at least 120. So that means I need to make at least $120 or more. I can't make below 120. Right, so that's why this is a linear inequality. And then the next sentence says Sarah is allowed to work a maximum of 14 hours per week doing both jobs. So again, that's the second way that we know that this is a linear inequality, because it says a max of 14 hours. She can work less than 14, she just can't work more than 14, right? Now, the next thing we need to focus on is, what does the X stand for? X represents the number of hours, so I'm going to put that. X is the number of hours babysitting. Baby, I'm just going to put baby. Now, Y is the number of hours tutoring. Number of hours tutoring. All right, so now I know that I'm going to need two linear inequalities, and they both are going to have an X and a Y. Now I just have to figure out how to put these two together. Here's how you do it. Look, this says $120, at least $120. So that means it needs to be greater than or equal to 120. And I'm gonna put a dollar sign in here. Now, if I got a dollar sign on the right, that means I need dollar signs on the left. So I'm going to take these two. So I'm making $6 per hour babysitting. So it's gonna be 6X. And then I'm also making $12 an hour tutoring. Now, they all have the same units. That's how I know they belong together. Now, I need one more inequality. Now, this is the units for the X is hours, the units for the Y is hours. So this number also has hours. So that means the number of hours that I babysit plus the number of hours that I tutor has to be less than or equal to 14. And the reason I say less than or equal to is I can't go over 14 hours. I can't work more than 14. If I work more than 14, I'm going to get in trouble. So it has to be, I go up to 14, but not more than that. So now I got my two linear inequalities system, and now I'm going to graph it. Now, before I do that, I want you to pay attention to something. Most of the time when they give you graph paper, it doesn't have numbers on it. But this one does. So we're going to use this to help us change our calculator. So you can see the number of hours babysitting goes up to 20, and the number of hours tutoring goes up to 20. So I'm just going to go get my calculator now, and I'm going to change the window. So I'm going to go menu 4, which is Windows, and then I'm going to go to Windows Settings, and I'm going to change this from 0 to 20, because I can go a max of 20 hours, and then I'm going to go 0 to 20 hours of tutoring, and then I just press enter. Now I'm going to move this over just a little bit so you can see the X and Y axis. Now from here, I am just going to press tab, and I'm going to enter the first inequality, and I have to make this a relation. So I delete the equal sign and I use option 6, and now I'm just going to type in my inequality. 6X plus 12Y equals, or sorry, is greater than or equal to, I'm still in that equation mode, $120. Okay, now there is my equation. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and get 2 points and plot these. So I'm just going to do menu 51. And it didn't take me to the y-intercept, but that's okay. I'm just going to type in 0 because I know the x value at the y-intercept is 0. So it says 0, 10. So I'm just going to go to my graph paper and I'm just going to draw my first dot, which is here. Okay, now I need one more point. So I'm going to go, let's say, I'm going to put in, let's put in 10 and see what we get. So it says 10, 5. That's a good point. So I'm going to go over 10 and then up 5, and I'm going to put a point right there. Oh, I didn't show you that. So I went over 10 and up 5, and I got my point. Now all I'm going to do is use my ruler, and I'm going to draw the best line that I can. Actually, I'm going to make this a little thinner. I'm going to draw the best line that I can going through these 2 points. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to do something like that. Bam. It's not perfect, but that's okay. They don't expect perfection here. So I'm just going to, I'm going to shade above the line because the shading is above the line. Now, the reason that this is a solid line is because these are both inequalities. So we're going to have solid lines. Now, I'm going to do the second one. I'm going to change the color, and I'm going to enter that one. So I'm going to go here, press tab, and then I'm going to enter my second one, which was X, the number of hours babysitting plus the number of hours tutoring has to be less than or equal to 14. Put that here, press enter, and then there's my second one. So now I'm going to do this. I am going to get rid of the first one. I'm just going to click on that so I can just focus on the red. So I'm just going to do menu 51 again. By the way, menu 51 is always the way to go. It doesn't give me the y-intercept, so I just type in 0. So that's going to be 0, 14. So let's go to the iPad. And I'm going to go up to 14 and I'm going to put a dot there. Now I need one more point to draw my line. So I go back to the calculator and I'm going to put in 10 again. Let's see what we get. So it says 10, 4. So I'm going to go over to 10, 4. So go here, go over 10, go up to 4, which is right here. And now I've got my second point. I take my ruler. Let me change the line, and then I'm going to draw my best effort to go through these 2 points. Boom, just like that. And now for this one, I'm shading underneath. So I'm just going to shade underneath. Oops, that's way too much. Medium. We're going to shade underneath. Boom, 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 boom. Now, the solution set, my Superman area, is going to be in here. And because these let me go and bring back the other one. I want you to see the Superman area right here where they overlap. This over purple area actually is kind of a wine color. This is the Superman area. So on my graph paper, that's this area right here. So I put an S there. Now, I'm going to find the intersection because I know menu 64. Because I know since these are both solid lines that this point is actually a solution. So I'm going to go to the graph paper and I'm going to put a point right here. Oops, let's make that a little larger. Right here. And that point is 8, 6. So what that means is that if I work 8 hours of babysitting and 6 hours of tutoring, that's going to make me at least $120. And I haven't gone over the number of hours, 14. So that is a solution. And now when they say justify your answer, I will just say that's in the solution area. It's this point is in the solution area, solution area, which I labeled solution set. So this S stands for solution set, that's more clearly on there. So that's it. Now, that's it, guys. That's what we're doing. That's what you need to be able to do. You got to be able to draw your lines, your inequalities. You got to do the shading, and you got to find a point. Now, I use this boundary area, but I could have chosen any point in here. I could have chosen this, could have chosen this. I could have chosen something on any of the boundary lines because they're solid lines. So anything in this area is a solution. All the way over here, all of these are solutions, okay? Now, that's it. That's what you need to be able to do. And hopefully this makes sense. If it doesn't, please come and see me. Again, most of the time you have a system, word problems are system of linear equations, but this one was a system of linear inequalities. It's very similar, except when you graph it, you got to do the shading and you got to find an area in the solution set. All right, I'm going to stop and I'm going to post this.